Alright, so excuse my poor video quality. I'm not a YouTuber, I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form. I just am someone that really dislikes Onision. I used to watch his videos like religiously, and I really hate that about myself because I was one of those people that believed his victims were bad people. And I really disliked that about myself. And I saw some of his music and I saw people hating on it, and I realized, like, around the time my profile picture was taken, I obviously don't look the same, my hair is grown. That was a time when I was struggling with some stuff, and a lot of it was to do with my eating disorder, and I can't help but feel like Onision's videos didn't help with that. So I saw his music, and the thing was, I recognized some potential in his lyrics. So I wanted to make this little video. I'm not done. I hope to have a more professional video done with a nicer camera, better microphone, and have really worked through the lyrics and workshopped them to a point where I'm happy with them. So this all started because a YouTuber named Yoel Rekts was talking about his music. I commented saying I might redo one of Onision's songs. And I got some positive feedback, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to stick to it, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do this. And it makes me very nervous. I only have 2 videos on my channel, and both of them are me singing, and they're years ago, so I apologize. I was really just learning. So I've sat down here with some of his stuff I've written down. So basically, this is his first section, and I've taken away some of the pretentiousness and the length of it, and I rewrote it here. And I'm going to read some of it to explain what I'm doing. So he writes, for his first verse, I once met this girl, she's as pretty as can be, but she didn't believe me. Frustration consumed me, how could she not see? Despite the perfection I perceive, she sees inadequacy. So, the reason that this, I heard a lot of people being like, this is bad. Well, one of the reasons it's bad is because, like an unexperienced poet, he has made a common mistake, and that is trying to rhyme as many words in a row as possible, thinking that it gives it a flow. But the reality is, it's not really the rhyming at the last part of the verse that makes its flow. It is the entire tempo or pattern of the words. So I rewrote the verse trying to make it more like coherent. I met this girl, pretty as can be. She didn't believe me. Frustration consumed, how could she not see? Despite perfection, she sees inadequacy. Now, I'm not necessarily done with that, but that is what I'm trying to say is, I look at this as, he has some interesting points, but there's one verse that pisses me off to no end. And the reason is because he rhymes every single line. Do you know how when you're making music, right, and there's supposed to be kind of an A-B, A-B, or A-B-C, A-B-C, or A-B-C-D, A-B-C-D. There's supposed to be some kind of pattern. Well, if every single line in your poem or your song is A, 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 it starts to get annoying. Like, I compare it to if you heard a piano player just constantly like, okay, you ready? How long does it take for that to get annoying, right? So I look at this and this is what it says, and I gotta be honest, I was getting annoyed just writing it down to read it aloud to you guys. Are you ready? We must go a new direction. So pardon my interjection, but we must go a new direction. This isn't natural selection, rather a warped projection. Women don't need your objection. Fuck you, Greg, for that line. Like, right there, when I got to women don't need your objection. To finish it off, he says, they deserve uninfluenced introspection. Anyone that didn't follow Greg probably doesn't know that he mercilessly harassed a woman that had a incredibly severe eating disorder and was very, very sick and has now recovered. And, you know, shout out to Eugenie Cooney. She is a wonderful person and she's come a long way with her mental health. His actions genuinely disgusted me for a good bit of this. I read that lyric, okay? Women don't need your objection. They deserve uninfluenced introspection. Says the man that had a forum for rating 14-year-old girls' bodies. Like, come on, man. So, my issue is that this is a huge chunk of the song. Like, guys, I mean, okay, so you see how long that is. Now, imagine a verse that long right before it that is equally annoying. I just chose this one because those last two lines of it really irritated me. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, that is quite literally a good third of the song is these annoying lyrics, and I don't know how I'm going to work with them. I've been playing guitar since I was 12. This is my Spanish guitar. I call her Eleanor. No, she's not a fancy guitar. No, it's not an expensive guitar. I actually have a more expensive guitar sitting in my room where I can see it. I don't know, I have a spiritual connection with Eleanor here. If you're curious, she's a Lyle guitar. That's how little I know about this guitar. I paid $60 for her at a yard sale. But I really love my little Spanish guitar here. And I'm sitting here looking at this, and like, I've done some things with this guitar that I really like, including, you know, like, because this guitar uses nylon strings, I can get that sound out of it, but I'm looking at these lyrics and I'm like, I'm gonna have to basically, from scratch, using what Onision has chose to leave me that is usable, write the other half of this song. So I'm making this video because there was people that commented on it, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm not following through, because I am. It's just that I got my guitar so long ago. I have in my possession right now 2 guitars. I was trained on trombone for 6 years. I took a lot of music theory classes, and so when I look at this, as well as enjoying poetry, you're like, I want to put a nail to my forehead and just slam my face on a desk, because it's that bad with the rhyming, especially because he does nothing with syllables. Like, he doesn't ever stop to think, like, okay, this line has 6 words, this line has 20, they don't line up. So I have to really workshop this, but I'm working on it, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm not. If you guys look at my other videos, I'm not the best singer, I'm not, but I really enjoy what I do, and this looks like such a fun challenge that I couldn't turn it down. So stay tuned, and I'm going to keep working on these lyrics, because at this point, I haven't had a musical challenge probably in 2 years, and I'm like, you know what? Last time I performed was in a, oh my god, my hair. Last time I performed was in a little church for my uncle, and that was 2 years ago. So I'm like, you know what? It's time. Let's have some fun with this. So, that all being said, stay tuned.